Welcome to the Troll Patrol live. It's a freaking Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. You know what that means. Since it's a freaking Friday, we got to start off the show. Smoke them if you got them. Boy, am I glad that the RNC is over and we are back to doing regular Troll Patrol shows. I was talked into live streaming every night of the RNC, and that was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life. The night that Mike Pence spoke, I had been editing podcasts all day, and by the time I got to Mike Pence, I couldn't hold my fucking eyes open. I'm watching that crusty old motherfucker, and he's just being boring as shit. He talked for about 45 minutes. Hell, I didn't even realize that I was an hour late getting started. I thought they went off the air like 45 minutes early. I'm wondering why the RNC is squandering 45 minutes of primetime real estate on network TV. Little do I know that I was an hour late. So thankfully I didn't have to consume an hour of that fucking shit show. Wednesday and Thursday night, I missed an hour of the coverage. I thought I was doing my coverage before the networks picked up their coverage for the show. I was not. I came in an hour late because I had the times all wrong. But hey, I'm glad I did because fuck, it was horrible. Now, before we came on the air, I was doing a little trolling. I came across this. The best argument for Trump 2020 is Charlie Kirk. God, it's 6 minutes. I don't know if I can do 6 minutes of it. But let's see. I would love to hear the best argument for Trump 2020. We'll expand this out. Oh, shit.
Democrat to put Gorsuch and Kavanaugh and 200 circuit court judges on the Supreme Court. Why is it that a guy that never served before in American politics was able to renegotiate NAFTA, get us out of the WTO, tell the WHO to go pound sand, tell the UN to go pound sand, renegotiate NATO altogether, get us out of the JCPOA, make sure those billions of dollars we sent Iran are not going there anymore, move the embassy.
Like he's saying a lot of things, but like he said, renegotiate NAFTA. The deal we are in now. And by the way, if you wanna call in, argue with me about anything, 917-830-4359. The phone lines are open. We absolutely take phone calls. Call in, tell me I'm stupid. I dare you. Come on. I take all comers. But he's talking about like renegotiating NAFTA, but basically the deal we're in now, the JM, whatever the fuck it is. It's the same thing. It was basically the same exact agreement as NAFTA. He didn't really change anything. He didn't renegotiate it for anything better. So, like, it's the same thing with all the shit that he said, moving the embassy to Jerusalem. Who gives two shits about that? Why is that looked at as some kind of a, like, that's supposed to be an argument for Trump? Nobody gives a shit about moving the embassy in Jerusalem except dumbfuck Christians that think it's going to make Jeebus come back. And who gives a shit about them? Only people like fucking Charlie Kirk, because he can bilk them for fucking money. That's why.
To Jerusalem, recognize the Golan Heights, deregulate the American economy, make us energy independent, finally build the wall. Why is it that guy did it? It's because
he didn't build any fucking wall. He like replaced miles of fencing. He didn't build no fucking wall. What was the other claim? Make us energy independent? How did he make us energy independent? We were producing more domestic oil under Obama than we were importing, but that was an Obama policy. I bet every single thing I can go through, and it's like a continuation of an Obama policy. This motherfucker doesn't know what he's talking about. Charlie Kirk is one of the biggest dumbasses ever to walk the face of the earth. Right-wingers are morons, and his small fucking face is a poster child for it. You want me to prove it? Here we go. Let's listen to what he has to say.
That preceded him, besides President Reagan, was part of the problem. They are part of the very same community of people that were Ivy League educated.
Reagan was part of the problem. I made a post about it the other day on my Facebook. If you didn't see it, Perhaps, of course you didn't. If you're just watching me on YouTube, you didn't see my fucking post on Facebook. Baby boomers financed their little taste of affluence on the backs of my generation. Everything they got for free from the government that was handed to them, fucking good paying jobs, an education that was cheap, fucking everything, they repackaged and sold back to us with interest in predatory fucking pyramid schemes so they could make themselves rich. And Reagan, Jimmy Carter was in office, and he told us that we needed to fucking tighten our belt, that we needed to get off foreign oil, that we needed to convert to clean energy, stop spending so much and lower the deficit. But you know what? Goddamn baby boomers didn't want to hear that. They wanted to put Reagan in office and then spend and do cocaine. So you got deregulation, you got union busting, and that's where we start with the boom bust economy cycle of just bubble, bubble, bubble of people making money in a fucking bubble and then it bursting and all of us suffering for the fucking misdeeds of the oligarchs. Call in and tell me I'm wrong. 917-830-4359. Oh yeah, what's Charlie Kirk saying?
Educated, said one thing and did another. We're part of the ruling class that protected the agency, protected the Bureau, protected the DOJ, and as long as you said the right things and kept the deficits going, raised the taxes, deteriorated the industrial base, boosted Wall Street profits, kept the borders wide open so that we could have foreign nationals domiciling in our country that do not share our values.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Eventually get benefits, their kids can vote against our own values, then things will be just fine. Why is it that this guy is different? It's because unlike any other president, he could have been in the ruling class. He said no thanks. He had enough money to be in the ruling class. He's got more money than...
He doesn't have any fucking money whatsoever. A bank ruled that he may have $300 million. May if he's not encumbered by debt. And that's the deal. He is encumbered by a shit ton of debt.
James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter...
He wants nothing more to be in the ruling class. That's all that motherfucker wants. What the fuck is Charlie Kirk talking about? All Donald Trump wants... He wants to be the ruling class. He wants to be everybody wants to rule the world. That motherfucker really does want to rule the fucking world. Charlie Kirk is a goddamn moron.
Smirk, his lover Lisa Page, and the person who probably published his book combined and multiplied times 100. He's the only president in modern history to have his own plane and actually go to probably a smaller plane when he becomes president of the United States. He's one of the only presidents that was a best-selling author, #1 TV show on The Apprentice.
Well, that what? Best-selling author? Obama was a best-selling author when he was... What? Hey, Charlie Kirk is a fucking moron. Literally was in every rap song. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video called Best Argument for Trump 2020. Take a screenshot of this. Apprentice NBC literally was in every rap song, was glamorized. That's his argument. That's his best argument for Donald Trump 2020. That's how fucking stupid Charlie Kirk is. Right-wingers are morons. And you can get your very own shirt at the link down below. Because let me tell you, Charlie Kirk's got a lot of fucking big fucking money pumping money into his dumb ass. Who's a better broadcaster than Charlie Kirk? Me. Who's smarter than Charlie Kirk? Me. But I'm going to need your help getting there. I want to debate Charlie Kirk at Politicon. I want to show that dumb motherfucker. I want to show him that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This NBC literally was in every single rap song. It was glamorized. President Barack Obama said the American dream is to be what? Is to be Donald Trump. That's what he said the American dream was. Why is that?
Obama said that? I don't think that's true.
He's part of the ruling class. It's because he's a defector from it. It's because he was in the dinners, he was in the cocktail parties, he heard the language, he heard the contempt that the ruling class, the Wall Street financiers, the Washington, D.C. lobbyists, and the Silicon Valley elites that he had to be around. He knew the contempt that they had for the plumber, electrician, the carpenter, the bricklayer, the person building the very same building that he was finding.
the people that he didn't pay when they worked for him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sick of talking about Trump. Like, what am I going to say about him that has been said by every other fucking outlet? He didn't pay his fucking contractors. It's hard to have an original take on a motherfucker like that, who people have been bitching about being a con man for goddamn decades already. Fuck you, Charlie Kirk.
So he took the woman rank mentality, the philosophy that built that woman rank quicker and better than anyone could have imagined, despite the New York City bureaucracy and the municipal burdensome rules. And he said, I'm going to bring this to Washington, D.C., and I'm actually going to do something that politicians has never...
That's another thing. When you hear people talk about, like, cutting regulation, they talk about burdensome rules. Rules are rules for a reason. There's an old adage. You know, if you see a rule, then somebody's done something stupid, and that's the reason why there's a government regulation against things. Now, does bureaucracy become corrupted? Sure. There's probably a good when he's just talking about, God, look at what a fucking freeze frame. I'm sorry, Charlie. I didn't mean to do you like that. I didn't do it on purpose, I swear.
Ever done before. I'm going to tell you the truth, no matter how brutal and honest it is. I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. From the time he went down the escalator, he was the only
I'm going to tell you the truth. He's saying Donald Trump's going to tell you the truth. The Donald fucking Trump is going to tell you the truth.
Running for office that talked about China immigration, the two issues that are most affecting our country now. How was this possible? Because he listened to the very people the ruling class hated. He would walk a job site and he would ask him, what's on your mind? He says, man, I'm really worried that we're getting taken over by China. I'm really worried that we're getting too many people in this country. I'm worried I can't pay for health care. He would internalize it.
Is Charlie Kirk just making this up? I don't ever remember watching a video of Donald Trump walking job sites. This is the problem with Republicans. They just live in a fantasy land. They just say things that aren't fucking true. He's coming up with his own personal story. Maybe Trump has told this, like, fucking anecdote at some point in time. I'm not sure that he has. But if Trump told it, it probably also did not happen. Shit.
That's what a populist is. Someone who listens to the people.
I don't know if I can make it all the way through this.
Trump different? This is a president who didn't need his job. He's the only president in American history who's going to be poorer after becoming president than before. He's not going to sign a book deal big enough.
He is going to be in prison. He's going to be the first president to go to prison. And it's about goddamn time. Let's fucking... If there is justice in the world, that motherfucker goes to prison. Because there's so many presidents that should have gone to prison already. And one of the problems with our country and why corruption continues to run deep is we haven't put enough motherfuckers in prison that should be there. We've got so many people locked up that shouldn't be there. And we've got so many motherfuckers that should be there. Fucking Bill Clinton should be there. Fucking Ronald Reagan should have went to prison. George W. Bush needs to be in prison. Dick Cheney needs to be in fucking prison. Those motherfuckers need to be handed over to The Hague. And that, ladies and gentlemen, would solve a lot of our problems. Putting some bankers in prison would solve a lot of our problems. And I'm not an advocate for prison. I'm not an advocate for prison. No. Fuck, I think police should be abolished. But if you're going to put some people in prison, bankers are who you put in prison. If you want to save the children, bankers are who you put in prison. Those are the pedophiles. Financial institutions and religion. That's where you find the pedophiles. Alright, I'm done with Charlie Kirk. I can't take him anymore. Let's do a little trolling. I've had people calling me out here. Let's see what we got. Are you referring to Liberty University or religion in general? Yes. All right, Malia, what you got to say? Oh, we're over here. We're over here on the Babylon Bee. Who knows what the fuck's going on over here? I've been laughed at. I want to know where everybody's rubbing their nuts together. Rubbing your nuts together feels good. Kenneth Armstrong, what you got to say? Content not found is what you got to say. Do I have a copy of the 911 transcript? Where's the original fucking story? Oh, you guys can't see what's going on. Let me do this. Still working out the kinks here with the display. Where is it at? Well, I'll be damned. That wasn't in the original report. Maybe I was wrong. A 911 dispatcher reported that a complainant said Blake wasn't supposed to be there and that he had taken the complainant's keys and refused to give them back. That was not in the original report that I read, so hey, maybe I'm wrong on that one. This is on August 25th, and it happened on what, Sunday? Well, that's my bad. I'd be wrong. We'll delete that one. Cops always lie. Let's release the 911 transcript. I'd like to find out if they lied or not. The news agency did a background on all the officers, but not the criminal. According to Matthews, the officer were dispatched there. Offered the most detailed accounting. But once again, this is the cops' version of events. And the police union saying this. But the CBS report that we just opened did say that the 911 dispatcher said that. But like, this isn't like I shouldn't have to like look up the fucking minutia of this shit. I mean, the dude was fucking murdered on video. You can see it. No matter what the facts are that led to that, there's no justification for it. And it's tiring to constantly have to go through this shit. And then right-wingers making a fucking martyr out of that kid. Because when it comes to that is a huge worry. Is right-wing violence is on the rise. And it's coming to a boiling point right now. And this is the story I had pulled up. Portland suffers serious street violence as far right return prepared to fight. So now a lot of shit went down in Portland this past weekend. I was listening to Robert Evans give his account on Worst Week Ever podcast. And like a Nazi actually broke his wrist and his hand. So be sure to check him out to get more info on because he's on the ground there in Portland. So don't believe a lot of what you hear. A lot of right-wing propaganda out there trying to subvert a lot of messages. I am proud of that one. All right, let's see what else we got over here. So we covered the RNC last night, and even one of the commenters on the stream brought up the fact that, hey, there's some noise in the background. Well, today we found out what that noise is. By the way, you can call in 917-830-4359. Please let me know what you think of me. Tell me if you think I'm stupid. So these were the protests outside of the White House. While the president was giving his speech. So this is what we were hearing as we were watching Trump speak last night. This is the other side of it. Wonder if they knew exactly when he was speaking. Because I definitely read that they were going to try to drown out his speech from the street. Yeah, that was the shit that was going on while he was speaking. That's it. So this is the god-awful noise we were hearing while the Trump speech was going on last night during the RNC. Good on them. That's cool. I can't find the mouse right now. They're trying to make as much noise as they can. But now remember, Trump has built a gigantic wall outside of the White House. Yeah, this is fucking insane. We brought that up last night on the stream as well. Very few people were wearing masks. A whole bunch of people were crowded in there. And as I pointed out, it's a bunch of yuppies. There's a bunch of rich people that paid to be there. And yuppies, they do a lot of gallivanting around. I bet they've been eating up this cheap airfare. They're high risk, man. That's one of the reasons why we're in this right now. First of all, fucking the wet markets in China. You know, you always think of it as it's poor people and they're like shitty quality meat, but no, these wet markets are rich people that want these rare fucking bat and shit. So it's fucking rich yuppies that probably consumed the meat that started this whole coronavirus. And then one of the reasons why it spread all over the world was rich fucking yuppies and their business meetings and fucking cruise ships. Cruise ships is one of the ways that this fucking virus incubated so bad. Rich fucking yuppies. And those were the same kind of yuppies that were there at the White House last night spreading their germs all over a fucking crowd on the front lawn. And people want to talk about like, oh, it should be illegal to protest because they should be. Why should they be spreading coronavirus? Well, most of the protesters, they're outside. Let's look at them again. They're outside. Most of them are wearing masks. They're not huddled together like the people on the lawn. Look, all of them got masks on. I have friends that go out and hand out hand sanitizer at the protests, so they take it seriously. That's one of the reasons why they're not out spreading coronavirus. But then these church motherfuckers, they go to church, they slobber all over each other. Ooh, let me kiss your baby, blah, blah, blah. And that's how it fucking spreads in pockets in churches. That's one of the. That's why you have to fucking shut the fucking churches down. Morons. Right-wingers are morons. You think I'm wrong to say that? People take me to task about that all the time. Oh, you say right-wingers are morons. Yeah, I fucking prove it. You think I'm wrong? Call in. 917-830-4359. You think I'm wrong? Prove it. So the NBA. The players had went on strike, what? Yesterday? Day before yesterday? Once again, I've been in RNC world. But apparently they're coming back. They're going to be starting play again on Saturday.
If there is another incident, and it's...
So let's... We're doing a little ESPN over here. See what this motherfucker... I don't even know this guy's name.
not being handled. If an officer shoots someone in cold blood and is not arrested, and the feeling is, wait a minute, that's an injustice, a miscarriage of justice, and due process is not really working here. We're overdue for a process that. So
apparently they met
and brings
last night. They made the announcement just a few hours ago
to shoot someone in cold blood.
You're going to be starting play again on Saturday?
That the players can always stop playing again. So they right now have the best of all worlds.
Well, that's a lot of money at stake.
They're going to resume play. Still, cameras and microphones will be in their face. Here we are talking about the issues that they want us to talk about. And at any moment, it could all come crashing down again. They could just stop playing again. And Stephen A., I want to mention that while we wonder, can baseball finish their season because of the pandemic and COVID cases? Will football be able to because of the pandemic and the likelihood of COVID cases? They're not in a bubble. There's no vaccination. The NBA.
So I take it the NBA has been playing in a bubble.
In their own hands. These players and
because that's the only way sports can happen. It's just everybody has to be bubbled up.
It doesn't look like it's going to stop anything. They have 0 cases for a while now. It's their choice if they continue playing or not. And that says a lot about the health of that league.
Well, it says a lot about the health of the league, but it's also incumbent upon them to contribute to the healthiness of the league. And I'm not saying they haven't, because obviously they have. I'm saying, Max, it's necessary that it continues.
I don't have a position on whether the players should play or not. Why does it matter? I don't. I think it's a big deal. I think them withholding their labor, any kind of organized strike, I'm going to stand with the labor, even if it's rich motherfuckers in the NBA. Which, hey, them striking, it means a hell of a lot. There is a lot of money on the line, especially playoff games in a season that's already been abbreviated and cut short. I don't think they played the full. I don't think they got all the games in. I don't know. I don't know anything about sports. I assume they abbreviated the season. I know it seemed like NASCAR is trying to get all their races in, which is crazy. But I don't have an opinion. I don't know if it helps, it hurts. I guess the NBA talking about it and keeping it in the news. Hey, cool. Every day you make it a story, and every day that you're talking about injustice, that's fucking good. And yesterday it was a story that they weren't playing. Today it's a story that they are playing. And they're talking about injustice. They're talking about injustice on ESPN. Fucking ESPN is on in more households than fucking Fox News or MSNBC or CNN. So hey, it's a good thing. Keep it going. I like dude's take on it. If something happens, if another incident happens, because this is fucking America, another incident is going to happen. It's not an if but when, because it's a shame the country that we live in. So it's not a question of if, it's a question of when a cop shoots another unarmed person. It's probably happening right now. Odds are it's happening right now as I'm on the air. And then we're going to hear about it later. I hope not. But once again, this is America. Guns in our area. Come on. And I just brace yourselves. It's going to get worse, unfortunately. We're in for a wild ride this fall. Absolutely wild ride. And speaking of wild ride, this is a good transition into the next clip, actually. You'd think I've hosted a radio show before, and I know how this shit's done. That's one of the reasons why I want to be this big YouTuber. I fucking watch other YouTubers. I'm like, fuck, you suck at this. I'm gonna have to do it. Show y'all how it's done. Alright, so here we go.
I've seen a lot of.
This is the video from the RNC. I don't know if it was last night, but it was one of the nights.
Because of everything that's been happening. This is a taste of Biden's America.
Biden's America. Now, one of those shots, I don't know if it was this previous shot right here. One of these shots is actually of Barcelona.
This is a
it might be
taste
this
of Biden's
one.
America. I mean, the rioting, the crime, freedom is at stake now, and this is going to be the most important election of our lifetime.
In Biden's America, as they're showing a bunch of video of actual America that Trump is presiding over. Right-wingers are morons. That's all I can say. People want to get on to me for saying it, but like, what the fuck? When you break it down, what else can I say about them other than they are morons? It's like Kimberly Guilfoyle calling herself an immigrant family, apparently not knowing that Puerto Rico is part of the United States. And they want to talk about AOC being stupid. AOC is not stupid. I had my doubts at first because she did have some slip-ups early on. Anybody does. Man, if you're live, most people would not be able to sit behind a camera and just talk to you the way I am right now. So, of course, AOC is going to get fucking on a live stream, have thousands upon thousands of people watching her. Of course she's going to fuck up. But, man, is she settled in nicely. She is a hell of a talent. And apparently this woman.
My name is Abby Johnson, And I spent
I didn't Google her. Now I was Googling people throughout the convention and getting their background. This woman believes that only, like, you should vote by household, and the male in the household should get the final say on your vote. So one vote per household, and the man of the house gets the final say on your vote. That's her thoughts. And she's one of the sane ones in the Republican Party. That's what we're dealing with here. Right-wingers are morons. If you disagree, call in. Have an argument with me. 917-830-4359. I take all comers. I ain't scared. I'm new here on this streaming scene. I'm here to make a mark. Vosh, I'm coming for you, buddy. Destiny, oh yeah. Do you know what your destiny is? Having a little chit-chat with me. And I really, Tim Pool. I want Tim Pool. Give me Tim Pool, motherfuckers. That guy is an absolute dumb fuck. I want Tim Pool. I will expose him. And there's another thing. If you know any young punks and they like owning the libs, they like dunking on people, that's their thing. You hear them use that kind of terminology. Don't let the alt-right get to them. It's called getting the red pill. And it's really easy to do on the internet. You just dive right in to that right-wing propaganda and it seeps into your brain. You turn those kids on me. You make sure they follow my media. I will de-radicalize them. I'll show them how you actually dunk on people. And I'll dunk on fucking Nazis that need to be dunked on. Dumb fuck right-wingers. Bigots. Racists. People that deserve to be dunked on. I am indeed a bully. I get called it a lot. I am a bully. But I do my best to use my bully powers for good. I am a bully of the bullies. You see somebody getting bullied online, you tag me. I'll be there. I'll put them in their place. I will emasculate them. It is a freaking Friday. And it's hot in my apartment. When I get to doing this and I get to get my blood pressure up, shoo, it gets hot in here. I meant to turn down the air conditioning. Well, let's see if I can calm down with a little of my medicine here. This is called the Dougie. This is what, you come over to my apartment, you want to smoke with me, you want to use the Ducky, you say, you get the Ducky out. Everybody loves the Ducky. I enjoy it very much. Let's see here. We missed a lot of shit because we were doing RNC. I've got things I wanted to talk about. Yes, let's do this. You know I fucking hate cops. A-cab motherfucker. And if you haven't seen this, if you're like me, you hate cops the way I do, you will enjoy this.
Not really, you're around.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for that, but don't worry, man, because guess what? I'm leaving. You guys won. 2 months, baby. I'm out.
You're about to resign?
Gone, bro.
How you feeling about that? You're about to resign?
I'm feeling great.
You're about to resign or what?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Seattle
Is that what you're
PD.
saying when you-
Yes. I am leaving this department. You guys won.
Could I get an interview from you about that?
You cannot.
So you're just tired of police brutality, or are you tired of what's going on right now? Oh, us. Why?
Not tired of police brutality.
Hey, this guy
Tired of the
said that
protesters.
he's resigning. He said he's resigning.
So he's got to get out of his car and yell at somebody while he's on camera. Got to assert that dominance.
He said he's tired of us. He's going to resign because of Black Lives Matter.
Good,
Not
get the
because
fuck
he's
out,
tired of the
motherfucker.
police.
We don't want you.
Hey, f*** you and Spog.
I need to find out who
Hey,
this
you
guy
triggered,
is.
boy?
Looks
You
like
triggered?
viral story.
Oink, oink. Oink, oink. Yeah.
Oink, oink, motherfucker.
Boy, you and your blood. No, we ain't never gonna be friends. We'll never see eye to eye. We'll never see eye to eye. I don't give a if you taking that badge off. You'll never be my people.
I've
You'll
got
never
some
be my
cop friends. Basically, the way you can be my friend and be a cop is if you acknowledge you're a bootlicking motherfucker, you're a piece of shit, and you let me say it to you a lot. Some people are like, yeah, I am a bootlicking motherfucker. There are those out there that understand it and that understand my perspective. It may be rare, but it happens. See what else we got. This is all the stuff that I had for the show for last week. We're gonna do it like rapid fire. Okay, so and this is from the DNC. This is like all my shit from the last 2 weeks that I've missed because of the DNC and the RNC. I haven't had a chance to talk about. Or you can call in and argue with me. 917-830-4359. It was released the day that Bill Clinton actually spoke. Are you guys seeing this? Yes, this was released the day that Bill Clinton spoke at the DNC convention. That is one of the Epstein accusers giving him a back rub. Like, that's the problem with fucking Democrats. They want me to defend them, and they do shit like that. Just absolute tone-deaf motherfuckers. They are indefensible. So that pisses me off. Let's see what else we got here. Catching up on the 2 weeks. This is something Benny Johnson. I don't know if you know who Benny Johnson is. He is a... Oh, yes. Kim, what was her name? Kim Klacik. I took note of her during the RNC. So, if you did not watch the RNC, one of the speakers, Monday night, maybe Tuesday night, it was one of the nights that I actually watched the whole thing. So it was Monday or Tuesday. Kim Klacik was, that would have been Monday night, because I would not have taken notes other than Monday night, because I appeared on somebody else's stream for a wrap-up show. That's the reason why I have notes. So it would have been Monday night. She spoke at the RNC, but this is the ad. She dropped it like last week, and that's why she was like a last-minute addition to the RNC, because this ad went viral.
People that run Baltimore
the,
don't. I can prove
the right-wing crowd.
Walk with me. They don't want you to see this.
And she makes absolutely good points.
This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This is the reality for black people every single day. Crumbling infrastructure, abandoned homes, poverty, and crime.
The ad is
Baltimore's been
absolutely
run by the Democrat
savage.
Party for 53 years. What is the result of their decades of leadership? Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America. The murder rate in Baltimore.
But here's the problem: is she's not going to present any solutions. She's not going to present a platform of her own to combat the things that she is pointing out here.
In our city.
And she did it again at the
Do
RNC.
you believe Black Lives Matter? I do. The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is perpetrated against black people, who make up 60% of the population. So why don't we care about our communities? The Democrat Party has
What does that
betrayed the
mean?
black people of Baltimore. If the politicians walked the streets like I do, they would see exactly how their policies and corruption affects us. If they don't want to see it, they don't want you to see this. Go to any Baltimore neighborhood and ask this question. Do you want to defund the police?
They don't want you to see those legs. Don't think that wasn't purposeful. Do not think that that was not purposeful and that they don't know who they're appealing to. Her target is not the black community. I promise you that. Her target is older white men. Hands down. And the shots in this ad have been incredibly purposeful.
No.
Absolutely not.
I had 3 sons killed in Baltimore City. And I think if we defund the police office, it's going to be worse than that. So no, I'm opposed to that.
What are you going to defund the police for? Why? How do you defend your city, your community?
I feel like if I explained to both of them
Not just Baltimore.
what defund the police meant, they would be
for
for it.
America is a Democrat-controlled city. It's 2020. Name a blue city where black people's lives have gotten better. Try. I'll wait. Look at this. How are children supposed
Are there examples of Republican-run big cities, or do they just? I mean, okay, once again, that's a misnomer as well, because fucking cities are always blended. There are Republicans on city councils. Like, yeah, sure, maybe they have a Democratic mayor, but I'm sure the Republicans are represented. But cities just tend to be Democratic just because there's people of all races, and you can't be fucking like racist as shit as much. You tend to see people of different stripes, and you learn that your bigotry is stupid.
to live here and play here?
So just even Republicans in the city. There's that shot of the legs
they can
again.
Control us forever. That we won't demand better, and that we'll keep voting for them forever, despite what.
Look at that straight hair. Like I've worked in news. There's a way that they want to present black women to be appealing to older white men, and that straight hair like that, those legs, that is absolutely purposeful.
What they've done to our families and our communities. Are they right? I'm Kim Klacik, and I'm running for Congress because I actually care about black.
And you know I'm right, because this ad took off. This ad took off, and it's crusty old white men that are all sharing it out. I promise you. Let's search the Facebook. Let's see the places that are talking about her. I'm still getting used to new Facebook. No, I won't post. Bill Cassidy. Crusty old white man. Ben Shapiro. Middle-aged white man. Kitty, you're gonna have to get down. Sebastian Gorka. Donald Trump page shared it out. So you get the picture. Absolutely who it was meant to appeal to.
Lives. All black lives matter. Our communities matter. Baltimore matters. And black people don't have to vote Democrat.
No, they don't. But I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. If black people do not have to vote Democrat, but
transfira seu auxílio emergencial para o PicPay. Você não paga nada por isso. É de graça.
But if one of their leading figures talked about you like this is the man that was a worked in Ronald Reagan's administration, talking like this. This has been the foundation of the Republican Party for the last 40 years. This has been their strategy.
Here's how I approach that issue as a statistician or a political scientist, or no, as a psychologist, which I'm not, is how abstract you handle the race thing. In other words, you start out, and now y'all aren't quoting me on this. All right, I won't hear it. You start out in 1954 by saying nigger, nigger, nigger. By 1968, you can't say nigger. That hurts your backfire. So you say stuff like forced busing, states' rights, and all that stuff. And you're getting so abstract now. You're talking about cutting taxes, and all of these things you're talking about are totally economic things, and the byproduct of them is blacks get hurt worse than whites. And subconsciously, maybe that is part of it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if it is getting that abstract and that coded, that we're doing away with the racial problem one way or the other. You follow me? Because obviously sitting around saying we want to cut taxes, we want to cut this, and we want is much more abstract than even the busing thing. And a hell of a lot more abstract than nigger, you know. So any way you look at it, race is coming on the back burner.
So there you go. The Republican policies of the last 40 years have been overtly racist. They've been doing it in a way in which they can claim that it's not racist. So if you've got a party that treats you like that, why would you vote for them? Fuck, yeah, the Democrats have absolutely... The Democrats have let us all down. The Democrats have let us all down because they've been Republican-like for the most part. So why the fuck would you want to vote Republican? You just heard it right there. So why would any black person vote Republican? Last time Donald Trump got 13% of the black vote. I don't think that's going to happen again this time. I'm highly doubting it. And that was a significant chunk last time. So that's my argument back to Kim Klacik. Is okay, the Democrats have been a failure. The Democrats have been a failure for everybody, not just the black community. Your criticisms are true, but if I present to you a party that was built by people like Lee Atwater, specifically to keep poor people and minorities down, why would you vote for that party? It's like, okay, the Democrats are a shit sandwich, but I'm going to drink arsenic over here. It's dumb. I'm no fan of the Democrats, believe me. I can't wait. Fuck. I hope Joe Biden wins because I'm not going to vote for him. Good luck to you, motherfucker. I ain't voting for you, but I hope you win. I hope you win. I hope you're back in office, and I'm back to making fun of Democrats all the time. I actually prefer that. I prefer making fun of Democrats and liberals. I want to be able to scroll through my feed and make fun of a bunch of dumb fuck liberals. Instead, I have to scroll through my feed and see dumb shit. Like the goddamn Trump train. This motherfucking shit right here. Who does that? Right-wingers are morons. Please, ladies and gentlemen, there's a link to buy the shirt. Right-wingers are morons. It'll piss people like this guy off. Buy my shirt and piss Trump train guy off. Can you believe somebody did this in their fucking lawn? This motherfucker's not riding the Trump train. He's riding the crazy train. He's going off the rails on a crazy train. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Can we get some more of this shit in? Yeah, we're not going to do that one. Oh, Trump on QAnon. Here we go.
Satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that theory, is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles?
If you don't know what the QAnon conspiracy is, I will give you the concise version right now. Basically, it's a right-wing conspiracy theory spawning from the time that Trump said there's like the calm before the storm during a press conference back in like 2017. It popped up, some dude on Reddit was claiming to be a high-level security agent with Q-level clearance. And he exposed the fact that Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Oprah, Tom Hanks, a bunch of other fucking people were all part of this satanic cult of celebrity pedophiles. When you hear Hollywood pedophile ring, that's what they're referencing. That is a covert way of getting this batshit conspiracy theory into the mainstream. So all these celebrities, along with Hillary Clinton, Obama, they sacrifice kids in order to harvest their adrenochrome, which is like their fear or some shit that keeps them fucking... It's the weirdest goddamn thing. They think JFK Jr. is still alive, and that all these people have already been busted for being child molesters and running this pedophile ring, and that the coronavirus is a cover for the fact that they're all under house arrest awaiting trial right now. Ellen's in on it too. That's another thing. Ellen might be in on it. Who knows? So that's what the QAnon thing is, and it's seeping into the mainstream. If you saw any of the Save Our Children rallies that have been popping up, those are QAnon. You'll see people with the WWG, WW1A, and Follow the White Rabbit, or Down the Hole, or shit like that. The storm. They mentioned the storm a lot. Like I said, the calm before the storm. That was the original thing that Trump said that kind of sparked all this shit. And all it is like, it's the same fucking conspiracy theories that have been rehashed among right-wing morons for years. It's the same kind of shit that Rush Limbaugh has been talking about. It's bullshit. But all right, here's a reporter asking Trump about QAnon.
Pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind? Or
well, I haven't heard that, but
remember, Trump raped a 13-year-old.
Is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there.
We're doomed.
And we are, actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy that will destroy this country. And when this country
that's the thing.
is gone, the rest
They're wanting
of the world
to associate
will
Hollywood pedophile
the
rings
rest of the world
and the
will
left,
follow.
and blah, 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 blah. They're wanting to group it all together so they can just basically call the Democrats pedophiles. That's all there is to it. That's their end game. I don't know what to tell you. We do one more thing. Do I have one more thing on the list here? I don't remember what this is. It says Peter Navarro, Trump trade advisor. I know who Peter Navarro is. I do not know what this clip is, so let's see what... I found it interesting enough to put it on my list of shit to play.
Transfira seu auxílio emergencial para o PicPay. Você não...
My fucking browser thinks I'm in Brazil for some reason. I have no clue why.
Paga nada por isso, é de graça. E seu dinheiro cai na hora. Depois disso, você vai poder...
All right, just a couple comments for the pool today. First of all, my condolences to the Bernie Bros last night. There was blood of the Bernie Bros all over the floor of that virtual convention, and AOC was slipping in it in her 60-second cameo. I wanted to just reach out to the Bernie Bros and say that the Party of Economic Nationalism is here to reach out to you. We are the ones who are going to bring the factories home to America, the jobs.
Do you think economic nationalism is the reason why I support Bernie Sanders, you dumb motherfucker?
What is happening before our own eyes. Bernie Bros, you know you have a home with us. Second thing I want to talk about is we're halfway through this convention. It's truly remarkable. It's the case.
So this was during the Democratic convention last week. Peter Navarro inviting the Bernie Bros over into the Trump camp. Now people talk about Facebook being creepy. I don't know. Did it hear me talk about Kimberly Klasick and then provide me with this ad? Does it know I'm doing a show on it right now? This is some weird Black Mirror shit, isn't it? Alright, it is time for me to wrap this shit up and get started with the weekend. As always, go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you next week on the Troll Patrol. Live.